Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at an M43. That's the Tier 8 American SPG. And how do I know it's the M43? Well, it's got the big 8-inch gun on it and the M4 chassis, which tells me it's an M43. And this one is being driven and commanded by Target LV426, who's a member of What Arty Noobs. And as some of you may know, Target LV426 is a reference to the film Alien. So I think he actually likes that film a lot. Okay, and we're on the south spawn of Live Oaks, and he's headed for the dip, which a lot of Arty tend to go into. Mainly because it actually provides good cover for Arty. So look, it's just lining up his position. Yep. Okay, he's got a Scorpion, and it's on that usual little rise where they can poke their heads up over the top and shoot at the enemy. Okay, fires around in there. Oh, and he kills the Scorpion with one shot! 8-inch gun wipes out a Scorpion G just like that. Wow. That's 1150 hit points, if I remember correctly, in one shell. That's absolutely magnificent. And he's halfway through his load cycle. What a game. What a way to start the game. Killing a Scorpion G. Wow. Okay, he's got a Type 4 Heavy to fire at next. This is a Tier 9 game. And Type 4 is a Tier 9 heavy tank. Okay, last seen it was just about there. You can see the track marks, they're just disappearing. But what he can see is a T95. Okay, Death Turtle making its way back towards the enemy cap. He fires a round in. It lands, I think, just behind the T95, but we can't see it because it's gone unspotted. I think it was seen by the WZ-132, but it's over that little rise on that particular part of Live Oaks, and it can't be seen anymore. But he can see this T-34B just behind those buildings. Okay, he's being fired upon. He's almost reloaded, so he's almost ready to put another round in. Lined up, perfect reticule. Rounds out. And RNG makes the shell fall to one side, but it's still 384 hit points. So even so, it's still a sizable hit on that T-34. Okay, now he's lining up on a Carnarvon. It's 1/3 of the way through the load cycle. Now half the way through. 13 rounds of standard ammunition left. Okay, he's got a bit of obstruction from the buildings there. It's a bit difficult to hit the Carnarvon while it's hiding behind those buildings. But if it comes back into the open, I'm sure Target can hit him. Now he's loaded, but you see there's a red line. That shows that there's some obstruction in the way of the fall of the shell. So he's decided not to go for that, and he's going back to where the T-34B was, and there's a guard there now as well. Okay, so he might be able to hit both of them, but again, if they hide behind that building, it makes it very difficult for him to get the shot in. So he's aiming at the T-34B, rounds out. Oh, and he kills the T-34B! 296 hit points, and stuns the guard as well, and it's picked up some stun assistance. That's really good shooting. And it means the city's fallen. They've managed to get all the enemy in the town, and that guard is now tracked. And he's stuck there. Okay, he's more than halfway through his load cycle now. So the rest of Target's team are pushing them back to their own cap. And that's gone down. Yes, that's been killed. That guard's out of the action. Okay, now he's looking at the UDES on the far side there. No, it's relocated. The UDES is further up near the cap now. And that T-95 has just gone over the railway tracks, over the rise, and he's poking up over the rise to shoot at the enemy. So Target's firing at him. Direct hit! 341 hit points, 2 critical hits. And I'm sure he's picking up some stun assists because there's some rounds going in there to the T-95. I'm not sure if they actually did do damage, but we can't see the T-95 anymore. He's 2/3 of the way through his load cycle. Still no targets. Ah, we've got a target at last. It's an ISU 152. Okay, now he's got a nice tight reticule. Aimed just ahead of where it was travelling, but it was a little behind. With that coal pit just behind that ISU 152, he could have actually aimed just for the side of the coal pit, because he knew that the ISU wasn't going to go any further because it's an indestructible object. Okay, but the ISU 152 has been taken out. It was taken out by the UDES on Target's team. And we've got this Type 4 heavies moving south. Now, the problem we've got here is there are no teammates for Target in between the heavies that are coming down the railway line and him. So the rest of his team are occupying most of the northwest corner of the map. Now you can see the water rippling there from where the T90, the Type 4 heavy, went through the water. He's coming up the other side. The FV4202 has come round, so now he's almost between Target and the Type 4, and he's got a nice hit in there for 311 hit points from the stun assist, but he actually did damage of only 70 on the heavy. But the 4202 is going to spot for him, and that's good news because the FV4202 can probably get some stun assist for him as well. But these enemy over here, they're a bit of a problem because they're sitting below the railway track ridge line, so his teammates can't hit them, but Target can. But he needs for them to be spotted. Now that Type 95, that T95 rather, keeps pulling back behind that building. It's a difficult shot for Target to do, but he can hit this one. He can hit this T26. No, he's decided he's going to go for the Type 4 heavy, which is a bigger threat to the FV4202. He's letting his reticule contract. Rounds out. Direct hit. 185 hit points, 2 critical hits. That certainly helped. And a nice amount of stun there. Now, will he get some stun assist from the FV4202? Probably not. I think the 4202 is sitting in the dip, spotting. But let's have a look. That T26 hasn't got much in the way of hit points. Type 4 heavy's got a lot more. Now there are 3 tanks up at the moment. That Type 4 heavy has got really no support. Nobody else on his team comes south with him. But there's just the FV4202 and a Type 34, or T34 rather, between Target and the enemy, and of course the caps close by. I don't think that Type 4 heavy is going to be able to chase the FV4202. He's much faster. All the FV4202 has to do is keep out of the way and keep the Type 4 heavy lit up, and then Target can put shots like that into it for 353 hit points and effectively end that Type 4 heavy. Meanwhile, his teammates have managed to kill the T54, just the Type 90, T95 and the Arty. And we haven't found the Arty yet, so that Arty is probably near the UDES. The UDES is coming south, looking for the Arty. I think the Arty is in grid squares H0 or J0. Okay, that heavy is underneath the bridge. It's a difficult shot, but he still managed to get the shot in, even though it was under the bridge. He gets the shot in, gets some stun, and the FV4202 is shooting, and yes, he's got the rest of it. So, and he's got a big tick up, an affirmative from the FV4202, so he's quite happy about that. And Target responded with a tick as well, but they lost the Scorpion that was up near the north, looking at that T95. I think the T95 got him. So it's just the UDES, the FV4202, the T34 and Target left on his team. And we don't know where the Arty's gone. He could be in the town, actually. He could have gone into the town, because there was nobody guarding that side. So maybe the Arty disappeared and headed west. Well, we can see the T95 again now, and Target needs to put some rounds in. Oh, there's the Arty. He has been spotted at last. He has been found. And it's another M40, M43. As Target's fired a round in at the T95. And he gets it! 37 hit points, but he managed to get a looper shell over the top of those roofs of the railway station and took out the T95. So it's only the enemy Arty left. And we know where he was. So if the FV4202 can get up there, or the T34, then they can spot for Target to take it out or take it out themselves. Now Target can probably put a round in just on the speculative chance that he might get it. Is he going to shoot? You can see on the minimap where it was last seen. It might not have moved. Anyway, the 4202 is coming up the rise now. So he should get a sighting on that M40 any second if it's still where it is, where it's indicated. Or is he? No, he's going around the back of the coal pit. So he's trying to come in from a different angle. And it did move. So he wouldn't have hit it. It's gone to the other side of those buildings. And it tried to shotgun the FV4202. And Target can put a round in now. He does. Rounds out. And it wipes it out. He's killed it. 164. Good shot there. He judged it just about right. I think if he'd left it or tried to go for it directly, I think it probably the M40 would have moved out of the way. But doing it the way he did it, he guaranteed that he got the kill. And it's a first mark of excellence as well. So this is a double celebration. Target LV426 has actually managed to get his first mark of excellence for his M40, M43 on his barrel. That's very nice. So he's scored more damage than 65% of the other players who've played this Arty, this SPG, for the past 2 weeks. So well done indeed. And he managed to pick up another ace tanker. And he got a bruiser medal because he did at least 5 critical hits, module damages or incapacitations. And he got the fighter badge because he did 4 kills, at least 4 kills. And on top of that, he got the Gores medal because he did more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. That's pretty excellent. So if we look at the team score, and we can see that Target LV426 came top on damage, 3,313 hit points of damage on his team. He also came top when it came to kills with 4. And he came second when it came to base XP of 1,176. In fact, the FV4202 was the only one who actually came higher than him. So that's very good for Target LV426. I think that's also because the FV4202 managed to get quite a lot of damage upon detecting 1303 because he was spotting that Type 4 heavy all the time for Target. So well done on him. Anyway, if we go to the detail report, we see that Target fired 12 shots, 5 direct hits, 5 penetrations, 8 splash, damage of 3,313 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 enemy vehicles. He killed 4 of them. He also got stun assistance of 1,306, and he caused 9 stuns. And on a premium count, he earned 47,055 credits. After deductions for ammunition, he walks away with 24,615 credits. And he earned 1,764 experience points on a premium account, times 2 for the first victory of the day, and he walks away with 3,528 experience points. Well done there, Target LV426. You've got a shiny new star on your barrel. Nice. That's very it's very nice to see, and I'm sure we'll be seeing it on more replays showing your M43 in the future. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully I will see you in the next replay.